Hello guys, today we are going to discuss about how to set up budget in AWS Cloud. So if you already have a AWS Cloud account, you might want to make sure that you don't go beyond a certain limit when in terms of cost. So as you can see on my screen, I am already logged in the AWS as you can see on my screen, I am already logged into AWS Cloud Console. Now, since we want to set up a budget in the cost budget with respect to our AWS services usage, first of all, we will go to the billing section. So here I am searching for billing section. I will click on billing and I'll wait for the page to load. Now, before going to set up the budget, first we will try to understand how the billing dashboard looks like and what are the components in the AWS billing dashboard. So as you can see on my screen, here I am incurring $9.64 cost, and here is an interesting number that you can see over here. It says that there is an increase of 3,000, almost 3,500% of the cost. So it's very interesting. So, and apart from it, there is a component called highest cost, which tells you what is the actual service which is causing a lot of expenses. So here in my case, it is Elastic Compute Cloud, which is causing a cost of $7.82. And over here you will see the what are the top 5 services which I am using, and what are the charges that I am incurring with respect to all those services. Now, so on the left hand side, you can see that there are multiple options that we can go into. For example, the bills, the payments, the credits, purchase orders. But in this video, we are not going into all those sections. What we are going into is the budgets section. But before that, we will look into Cost Explorer, because before setting up the budget, we need to understand what are the costs that we are incurring right now, and we need understanding of the existing cost flow. So as you can see on my screen, here is my current cost, and this is the forecasted cost. Now, if I go beyond, you can see this is a very interesting graph. So in January 20, the cost was $0.29, very less. But now in December 31st, the cost has increased dramatically. So here you can see it's almost $1.51. So it will tell you looking at this. Cost Explorer gives us idea about what is the existing cost and how we can plan it accordingly. This gives us a guidance about how to proceed further and what should be the ideal budget based on the current use cases. So there are multiple reports in the Cost Explorer. You can see over here monthly cost by service, monthly cost by linked account, etc. You can definitely have a look at those services. First, maybe we will go through one service report. All right. So here you can see it is saying monthly cost by service. So here I can see which service is costing me how much money. This is a very interesting graph. Looking at these reports gives us an idea about what should be the ideal budget that we should set up. And you have already seen the reports. Now finally, we are going to look at how to set up the budget in AWS Cloud. So as you can see over here, I have already created a budget, and I had set up a budget of $10. I have already used $7.75 out of it. So this is possibility that this alert will get triggered. So now we will create a new budget. We will let the existing settings be chosen, and I will name this budget as minimum 20 USD budget. And let's say if I want to make sure that once the budget is triggered, certain emails should be sent to some users who can take actions. For example, in my case, let's say if my email is I will not show it over here, but you can set up, you can add your email info@notification.com. let's say this is some test email. After that, I will click on create budget. Now if I click on this budget, I want to make sure that the values of the budget is set. So here you can see that you can set the amount of the budget. In our case, we are going to keep the budget amount fixed, and we will keep it as 20 USD, and we will make sure that this budget applies to all the services used by us across the AWS ecosystem. And after this budget value is set and the scope is set, we will click on next, and then the budget is almost set. Now here we can see that there is alert option where we will get the alert if this $20 is already crossed. So in our case, what you're going to do is we are going to set an alert of $20. If $20 is crossed, then we will get an alert on our email ID, and so this will alert us whenever the bill is crossing $20. And once this is set, we will click on next, and after that so there is an option to add an action also. We will not look into, as of this video, in this video we are not going to look at what action we are going to do. We will just click on next, and we will click on save. Now as you can see, minimum 20 USD budget is set. So whenever in future, in any case, if the cost goes beyond $20, we will get an alert by AWS. So this is how you set up budget in AWS. Thanks for watching the video. Bye.